Hey, PBC family, it is so good to see you again. I wanted to offer some words of encouragement to you today as we continue to walk together, and I hope this is meaningful for you. Many of you know Beth and I adopted our sweet little girl a few years ago, and she came to us out of the foster care system, and we learned pretty quickly that there were some things that she needed from us that were pretty valuable. And one thing that she needed to know is that we know her background, we know some of her life experiences, and that we understand that she's got a lot of questions. She has a lot of unknowns, a lot of uncertainty. And then the other two things that she needed to know, in addition to those two things, is that we were there for her and we love her. And that wasn't a one-shot deal for us, that she needed to know those things really every day. But initially when she first came to us, because she didn't know us, we didn't know her, and she needed that reassurance of our investment in her, of our desire to get to know her and eventually become her mom and dad. And one of the things I'm being reminded of is kids need to hear that today. Especially today, kids need to know, that you understand, that you're there, and that you love them. You may yourself need to hear that. You may need to be reminded of that. And I love what Hebrews tells us about Jesus, because Jesus was acquainted with a lot of the things that we deal with. He had an understanding of what we face. And I love what Hebrews 4:15 and 16 say. It says, "Since we have a great high priest who has passed through the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold to our confession. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but one who in every respect has been tempted as we are, yet without sin." Verse 16, I really hope you find encouraging. It says this. It says, "Let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help in the time of need." And I love that because it's telling us that we need to hold on, that we can go to Christ with confidence, that he understands some of the things we are certainly navigating here. I love the word acquainted, that he's familiar with some of the things that we're walking through together. And so you may need to know this morning that he knows, he understands, he's here for you, and he loves you. And the other thing you might need to recognize is that there's probably somebody else who needs to hear that as well. That they need to know that there's a God who knows, who understands. They're here and they are loved by him. You also probably need to be reminded of that on a regular basis. I know that I do, and I hope that you do. And that's not something we've stopped saying to our little girl. We continue to affirm her. We continue to remind her that regardless of how difficult a day may get, we're with her. We love her. We understand. We're together. We're in it together. So think about somebody this week that needs to know that God knows, he understands, he's here, and he loves them. And I pray that you'll take that opportunity to pass that information on, because Oswald Chambers says this. He says, "Faith never knows where it is being led, but it loves and knows the one who is leading. It is a life of faith." I pray that you love the one who's leading you, because he loves you.